Oh my gosh. Listen to this. This music is really interesting because we got a really special Plate and Ponder Empty Nesting with Jen and Chris Fenton. We're live from Manhattan Beach, and we are officially still in 72 markets around the world. Not exactly sure why we haven't gotten to 73, but that might be because maybe there just aren't 73 nations, or maybe just everybody's here in the U.S. watching the World Cup, which is about to start. Anyway, download, follow, engage, DM us, all that kind of stuff. It is Plate and Ponder Empty Nesting with Jen and Chris Fenton. And Jen, what do we got special today?
Well, aside from the Christmas music, we have a very special guest. And if the guest sounds like me, there's a reason why. Why don't you say hi?
Cheerio.
Everybody, this is my sister. She's in from London. I know that she did a little guest spot when I visited her. I think it was like February time with my dad. But now she is in LA for the week, and she's going to do the podcast with us.
Why don't you give a little bio about your sister? Just hype her up a little bit. Get everybody really excited so that they're doing the applause.
Okay, my sister is taller than me. My sister has better skin than me. My sister has bigger boobs than me. But my sister is incredibly intelligent. She's incredibly sweet. We don't talk every day, although we were on chat. We text each other probably 18,000 times a day. And my sister went to Penn, where I went. She was 4 years after I was. She was a poli-sci major. She went into communications and she went straight to New York City and she did PR right out of college. Yeah. She's had some incredible clients from NARS to H&M to, gosh, who are some of the other big ones that you worked with?
Those are the biggest ones.
Okay. And then now she is consulting and she's doing that from London.
Allie, you got a lot to live up to. That's a pretty intensive bio. I accidentally pressed applause when you said pen. That should have been a Cornell.
Right now, we've got 2 pens and 1 Cornell, so I don't think so.
Safety schools, 2 of them.
Yours.
Let's break it up, kids.
The banter continues, and neither one of our children went to either of our schools.
All right. So first of all, Allie, you're one of our biggest fans across the pond, as they call it.
That's true. I listen to you guys on my walks every day.
Does it feel like we're in the same room with us? Is that what it is?
It's the nice thing, and I think maybe why I don't call you as much on the phone is because
you don't want to hear my voice.
No. I'm getting that daily or not daily because you guys don't always podcast, but like I'm getting that engagement enough, and I get to have that communication, even though it's one-sided. And sometimes I do text you guys after to be like, actually, you guys forgot this. Like John and Vinny's is that's a restaurant group.
Yes. So when we were talking about restaurant chains, a la the Europe, and I was I had a hard time. We had the Mozza chain and we named a few others, but John and Vinny's was one of those that you were like, no, you forgot this one. And we do love John and Vinny's, but yes, it was not in my go-to. Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you do John and Vinny's when you were here this week?
No, I didn't have.
So what were your go-tos? You haven't been back to LA since the beginning of the year, right?
Since January.
So now we're 6 months out. Like, what do you crave? Do you crave a La Scala salad? Do you crave Panda Express? Like, what do you crave?
So I think we actually get pretty good Chinese food in London, but I was craving really good Mexican food. In-N-Out. I really wanted a good burger. The burgers, I've not found a great burger in London.
Not even at a pub?
No, because they're all also cooked well done. They don't do
I
medium
like
rare.
I like a well done.
Medium rare.
You do, I don't know if I ever knew that about you.
Yeah.
Well, how does Ryan like his?
Medium rare or rare.
So that's like Chris and Dylan and Kaylee and I we like it cooked, well done.
Yeah, mom and dad do too.
So let me ask you this, because you're in from across the pond. I would love, can you give us a little update on what is it like living in London? Like what are the big differences? Like what are the things that are sort of interesting that, you're missing here, or the things that maybe you miss here that you don't have there, or whatever?
Aside from Mexican food,
right?
And In-N-Out.
Yeah. Well, first of all, am I your first international guest?
I believe so.
Oh, yeah, no, you guys had the Canadians on.
We did. Oh, you're right. Yeah. I didn't think about that.
We had a lot of Canadians.
Yeah.
Wait, I just forgot about that.
That's okay. Anyways, I would say things are different. The language, yes, it is the same English, but they say different things. Things are not as easy. They just are not easy there. And a perfect example is trying to like return something. If I buy something, they don't really return things. People don't honk. So like if you're in a car and nobody's moving in front of you, people don't honk.
So what would I do?
Wait, yeah. What do you mean by they don't? So
People
you
are
order
very
stuff,
polite. People are very,
you don't
very polite.
return something. So like, how would Jen even survive? Because
don't
I would
know.
say like 90% of the stuff that arrives here is returned somehow.
Kaylee and I were talking about that because I have a whole trunk full of returns, literally. And my sister went with me today to do some of them. And Kaylee's always like, that's what I don't like about online shopping is if you don't want what you have purchased, you have to go through the process of returning. But to me, for some reason, that is just part of the shopping experience. And I don't differentiate between the buying and the returning. I'm just happy to get it in like one day and not have to go into a big store.
I haven't had trouble with like an Amazon or Marks and Spencer, which I guess is like a Macy's here. But I did get some bread delivered and I went to Waitrose, which is like a Gelson's. And the woman behind the counter was very confused as to why I was returning the bread. And I was like, well, it came to me stale. So I like a refund.
You've actually returned bread.
It was stale.
What?
I bought the yummiest heart crumpets. Was it at that store?
Yeah, Waitrose. Yeah.
So
crumpets.
good.
They're like English muffins, but obviously true English muffins.
Okay, let me ask you this. So we have a very sophisticated audience, as I've found from our DMs and the texts, and even the people that want to come on. But it's. I'm curious, like in today's world in the UK, what are some of the slang terms that we aren't used to? Because like I always think of, chips and they probably don't use the word fags for cigarettes anymore, do they? Or maybe they do. Oh, some people do. Mm-hmm. Do they still use the word bloody? Like, is that
people
still...
do use bloody.
Okay.
People use mate as opposed to like friend.
What about shagging? Do they shag? Do they pull? Do you pull from the pub? You pull a girl from the pub?
I mean, I haven't gone to the pub to pull, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
There was another phrase that we talked about. Was it chav, which is kind of like chintzy. And the reason we were talking about it is because obviously, I do love my Netflix. I do love my Bravos and my Peacocks and all of that. And we were talking about the new Love Island. And Allie actually says, no,
Apparently
the new
the
Love
UK
Island.
version
Yeah, the UK version is
supposed to be
better.
Yeah.
And the reason why...
Because of the announcer.
Well, that announcer is no, but the U.S.
He
announcer
wears
was
a
really funny.
shacket.
He does wear. Oh, honey, you bought a shacket because of that.
Yes.
But no, that was the word, and it's kind of like chintzy. And then the way Allie said it, you said, "Oh, bridge and tunnel."
I would say it's like the equivalent of the bridge and tunnel for New York for the UK.
So when you said that, it made total sense because as I'm thinking about some of the Love Island characters, that bridge and tunnel description works.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a different look.
Is it the same announcer though? Because that British dude is pretty funny. I sort of
watched it,
wish
I'm
they
sorry.
used him a lot more than they do.
I don't watch a ton of live TV in the UK.
Is the Big Breakfast still on over there?
What's that?
The Big Breakfast, that's like the big BBC show. Danny Bear, an old client of mine, used to star as was one of the hosts.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How long ago?
I think it's one of those shows that's been on for decades.
Like Entertainment Tonight and Access Hollywood?
No, like Regis and Kathy Lee or whatever they call it.
Again, Regis passed away like a gazillion
Many years
years
ago.
ago.
What's it called now? Whatever it's called.
Kelly and Consuelo.
Mark.
Or Mark
Kelly and Mark.
Consuelo.
He's handsome.
Yeah.
Oh, The Big Breakfast is a 1992 game show.
1992. Chris, in 1992, are you kidding me? I was 14 years old.
And it ran until 2002.
Before we got married.
Okay, so anyway.
There was a revival.
Yes.
In his defense, in 2001 to 22, there was a revival.
Thank you.
But no, I didn't live in the UK in 2022.
Okay, so what about, is there anything there that reminds you of my favorite shows like Gangs of London and Mobland? I love those shows. I'm going to give a cheer to. And by the way, I'm really sad about Tom Hardy not being on Mobland anymore. That really bugs me.
I broke that news to you.
You did, and I didn't want to believe it, and now I have to. But let me tell you, the lead guy in Gangs of London is super cool too. both of those shows are just epic.
Are they
and then-
coming back? We have started
about
watching.
Legends?
I was just going to say, we just started watching another one. Have you seen Legends yet?
No, I haven't seen either of those other shows. But what's that show with that really hot guy?
Well, like the
that's
one that
the League
I
of
like.
Extraordinary Gentlemen or
No,
whatever
the
it's
one
called.
where he comes back to his family's
yeah,
estate and
yeah.
gets in the drugs.
It's the one. It's the Guy Ritchie thing.
Yes,
Yes,
it is the Guy Ritchie, and it's something
Extraordinary Gentleman or
something
Oh,
gentleman.
the gentleman.
The Gentleman.
Oh, he's so
He is
handsome.
handsome. He was also, if you can't place it because we don't have his name, he was in White Lotus the first season.
By the way, speaking of which, like I am in touch with my I'm a hetero male, but I am willing to say when I think a guy is really attractive, and and that guy is really attractive. There's no
Theo
doubt.
James.
And the ghetto,
Yes.
but the other one who's like dirty attractive is the guy in the White Lotus that took place in Italy, who's in a movie with Dustin Hoffman right now. What is the name of that guy? He's the guy that seduces there was the old man that was
the gangster, right?
Yeah, he was gangster. What was that guy's
And he's
name?
married. He's dating Megan LaFay.
That sounds about right. Yes. We're pulling it up right now. Hang on. We're asking our assistant. Hang on. Do you have it?
Come on, Grok. Is it Grok? Is it Claude? Is it Chat GBT?
Maybe her name is not Megan.
Is there a
LaFay.
UK AI that you're using now that has a very polite voice?
No. Her
Okay,
name.
well, we're going to find it. The point is, actually, this is a really interesting
By the way,
question.
I'm having a Pims on the rocks right now in celebration of Allie being here.
Not fish and chips, though.
No fish and chips, but I might smoke a fag.
I don't think you've ever smoked a day in your life. What's interesting now talking about this White Lotus is one thing my sister has always done better than me is travel. My sister is a foodie. My sister, I'm going to say the word travel snob and not in a bad
true.
way, but it's true. Like you and Ryan have had incredible adventures. You guys have gone to some of the best hotels across the world. What's your favorite? Because Chris and I, we were
Italy.
talking Italy for sure, hands down.
Always Italy. Yeah.
Go to. And is it the coast? Is it the
No.
big cities? Like, what's your go-to?
I mean, we love Italy. We love Milan. We love Rome. We love Florence. I think Florence for us is the easiest city to go to because you can eat really well. You can see cool things, and you can shop well, obviously. But we've started doing.
Wait, in Florence, did you go? Were you the one that recommended that really like high-end Michelin star restaurant that we ate at? It was a really cold night, and that rock star walked in and he fell asleep in his soup. It was.
I think he was on heroin, and no, that wasn't a recommendation. But you had heard the
I'd heard
restaurant.
it, yeah.
You knew. You're like, definitely try and get a
Oh
reservation.
my God, it was so good. And the soup was so good. And I felt so bad for the dude because he fell asleep right in the soup and he couldn't have any.
That's sad.
And they kept him in there because apparently he was a very famous Italian rock star.
I don't know too many about the Italian rock stars, but I will say we've started doing the Italian coast over the past couple years, and it's really special. And look, I grew up going to Hawaii and Mexico, and I love Hawaii and I love Mexico, and nothing will beat sitting in Mexico, Cabo or wherever, having chips and salsa and a margarita. But going to the Italian coast, whether it's Portofino or Amalfi, and having a bowl of pasta and a bottle of wine at lunch, and you're seeing the sea, it's a really special environment.
And I have never done that before. I've done Florence, I've done Rome, I've done Milan and Lake Como, but that's it. I still have yet to do Venice. I haven't done
Venice
any
is
of the
amazing.
coastal things. I have not skied the Dolomites, which I'm dying to do one
Jen
of
and
these
I
days.
were talking about that earlier. We got to do that trip this winter.
It'd be so good. So good. Okay, so wait, but can you give me one more?
Is the actor's name Tom Hollander?
No, Tom Hollander. Oh, that is him. That's him. What's
That's
his
not
name?
his name.
I know that's not.
No,
Oh goodness.
no, it's yeah. Anyway, if anybody,
No. What is it? Help!
maybe it's Theo James. It's not Theo James.
Jason Isaacs.
It might be Theo James.
No, Theo James was the guy from The Gentleman.
Oh, okay. So anyway, while you guys banter around with your assistants, I'll give a quick update on. I guess since it's been a week since we did this, the last episode. Which once again, we really apologize for the lack of multiple episodes in a week, which we were off to a very good start on, but we have slowed down. Now we're going to get back to that a little bit. I think I'm going to start putting some guests on because we have had some requests, and I think some of them would be really good. I think it's going to be hard to top Allison Shayo Castagna. But that's okay. We're gonna try our best. Now, we do have a kid who's been in Philadelphia, so we are half empty nesting right now. Dylan is really having a good time.
He just texted me.
Oh my God,
Nice.
He didn't text me.
I win.
What?
It's Leo Woodall.
Yes, thank you. But
Yeah,
I'm going to go back to
But don't
me
skip
winning.
over that your son son
look,
texted you, not
texted
me.
me. He
Wait a
texted me.
minute.
Look,
Wait,
look,
am
look,
I on
look,
that text?
No, it's not a competition.
It's just with
Oh
me.
my
It's just with me.
gosh.
He texted me. Saw you called. Did you want to talk? Are you good? I said, butt dialed. I said, but happy to talk if you want. Aunt Allie is here. And then I also said, your location hasn't updated in 2 days, so I'm glad you're not tied up in a basement.
Well, I'm just glad that Kaylee loves me the most. So there.
We had a little bit of a traumatic incident yesterday.
Oh.
And the traumatic incident is with our third child, the dog. And I'm going to let Chris share it because I wasn't privy to it. I just witnessed the aftermath.
Okay, yeah. Well, if anybody's a dog lover and has dogs, you know that there's a lot of amazing times that you have a dog with a dog, and then there's other times where you really have to go overboard for your love for the dog because something weird needs to get done. And I took him for a walk, and I was looking at his butt, and his butt looked like it actually looked like it was violated. But then when I looked closer, I realized, he had maybe tried to take a poo, but it didn't all come out. So I was like, okay, well, I'm taking him for a walk, so maybe he takes another one, and then I don't have to deal with this. And you could tell he was doing his circles and trying to take one, and it was not coming out. And then he just sat there. He stopped doing his circles because if you know the dog goes around and around trying to find the North Pole, I think, as they try to find that perfect squatting position, and then everything happens really nicely, almost like they have a squatty potty or whatever. But he stopped doing circles and nothing was happening, and he was smiling at me with his like tongue out, and I was looking at him like, yeah, and I think he was looking at me to help, and I looked at his backside, and it looked like it was a little stuffed up. So, of course, I grabbed my bag, and I tried to remove it, and I realized there was something stuck, and it was like half out. And short story from a long one, it turned out it was the retainer that my wife had on the bedside table that she thought he may have eaten, but we weren't sure. Well, there it was. And not only that, it happened at Bruce's Beach, which is packed with a lot of people, and it happened to be a day where like everybody I knew was walking by with their dog, and in fact the dogs walking by all wanted to sniff his butt at the same time. And I was like, everybody stay away. We have an issue here. And there I was trying to pull this thing out of my poor dog's butt.
Well, then I guess I get home and I see Flynn on the countertop with Chris holding his head and Kaylee holding like the back, his butt. And I'm still not sure what's happening. And they ask me to take a look. And I'm like, why am I doing this? And then I see that there's lots of poo. So I said, Chris, you got to jump in the shower. Like you have to take this dog. Otherwise there's going to be poop all over the house. So you jump in the shower, but this is where it gets funny is you asked for a rag and I didn't know where the rags were in the house.
Yeah. You disappeared for way longer than you needed to. Meanwhile, I'm trying to keep him from hyperventilating in the shower. He wasn't sure what it was going on. I was spraying him as hard as I could.
Is this maybe a lesson that you need to feed him a little more?
This dog eats enough.
I just feel like he seemed a little hungry.
I will say, long story short, we got him done, and then we went to bed last night, and he clawed the door because he had to go to the restroom one more time. He went out, and literally, I think a week's worth of what he needed to get out came out, and then even in the middle of the night, we found out some of it ended up in our bathroom because he had a lot more that needed to come out. So that's the long story of something that actually has taken a lot of time away from Allison. So we need to talk about Allison. I think you had something really fun to do after a banter.
I would like to ask who knows me better. This
Okay.
is going to be, it's about me because I like to make things about
No,
me.
that's
And
fabulous.
I'm acknowledging it. And I wonder who's going to win. Is it going to be Chris or is it going to be Allie? Okay, I'm going to ask a question and I'm going to tell you, you're both going to give an answer and I'm going to say who wins.
Okay.
If I had to get banned from a store, what store would it be and why? Wow. You guys got to talk.
Well,
this is the podcast.
Who asked,
okay, Allie can go first.
Okay, Allie.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I would say a store that involves...
I think I know.
Well, you've gotten us kicked out of... almost kicked out of car dealerships before.
I have blown up a deal.
So I would say that's definitely a place. I think also you've also almost gotten us kicked out of airports before.
No, that is not me.
That was not
I
Jen.
feel like
That
I am
was
a
not Jen.
very cool traveler.
That was not
Are
Jen.
you a really cool traveler?
I actually think I'm probably, am I cooler than you? And you travel a
No,
lot.
I'm a terrible
I think
traveler.
we've done an
I'm always
episode where we
anxious.
talked about how you are much different of a traveler than me.
Well, yeah, because you have to pee 1,000 times and it drives me crazy as we're boarding the plane and you're like, oh, let me just go pee one more time.
Well, wouldn't you rather go
I have
pee
no
on the
defense
ground?
against that. Yes, I do have to pee a lot.
Yeah, but I'm like, we got to load. We got to board. I want to
Okay,
get my
so
suitcase
those
on.
aren't
Okay.
stores.
So
Those aren't
I was
stores.
going to say a CVS.
for what?
Oh, because the lines are always terrible and the receipts are really
Or
long.
or a prescription's not ready.
Prescription's not ready. In fact, come to think of it, there is, it's either a CVS or a Rite Aid in Beverly Hills. And I don't, what is it on? Is it off?
The one on Beverly?
Yes.
Oh, I think they closed that one.
Okay, all I know is that was the slowest CVS. The cashier was the slowest human, but they did have the really good ice cream
Oh, the
there.
Thrifty ice cream.
And
Yeah,
we would get
yeah.
the cherry chocolate chip. This is when I ate dairy, so this was like way back when, but that was fun. That was fun. Okay, so
Oh my God,
I
they
think
had that thrifty ice cream at the Larchmont drugstore in Hancock Park where we used to take the kids too.
and I think it was really slow there too. So maybe having the ice cream is synonymous with being super slow.
And sometimes they let it thaw and then refreeze,
it's
and it
the
was
worst.
super untasty.
Worse. Okay,
In Italy, they have really good gelato.
They do. Okay. I haven't done gelato in a really long time. In fact, the last time Chris and I were in Italy was it when we did our Rome and Florence trip?
You guys have to come back.
We really do. It's been like what,
so good.
2016? Has it been
So
that
good.
long, Chris Fenton?
Yes, it has. And oh wait, did we go to Milan after that? Milan was 2016, so I think yeah, I don't know. Good question.
Okay. Well, I think we're due. Next question: if I were a cookie, what flavor would I be?
I say black and white cookie.
Black and white. Why?
I just have fond memories of you eating the black and white cookies growing up, and then Mom used to get the black and white cookies from Gelson's for the kids.
And from Brent's. Brent's is a
Brent's. Oh, the
deli that
Brent's,
is like
yeah.
heart of the valley. I mean, we grew up eating Brent's.
Yeah.
And wouldn't you say like the only time we have Brent's now is at funerals?
Yes, correct.
Which is sort of sad, but it's really good.
It's really good.
Best turkey pastrami, best corned beef.
Yeah.
And what were the potato things?
Oh, potato knish.
Oh man.
It's like a potato. It's like mashed potato with dough wrapped around it, and they bake it, and then you put gravy on top of it.
Have you ever made one?
Why would I make one?
Right. Did you do Brent's when you were here?
No, I did not. No, the last time I had Brent's was at a funeral.
Okay. Okay. Next. Chris, if I were a cookie, what would I be?
You would be a fortune cookie that I would open, and it would say, "You are about to be blessed with a soulmate."
Oh, that's so cute.
I think Allie wins. And next question. If I were to be asked to be on a reality TV show, what would it be?
Supermarket Suite.
Yeah, definitely.
And the
Supermarket
name
Suite.
of your
Yeah.
team would be Day Old Danish.
Yeah, he wins that one because he said it first.
That is true. So what you don't know is I actually love going to the supermarket. It's this weird thing. I know people like to do their Amazon orders or their direct deliveries. I love going to the supermarket. I love going up and down the aisle. I have a list. I like picking my own fruit. Yes, I'm the person that touches it all.
Do you like to go to supermarkets in other countries, though?
That's a really interesting
it's
question.
a really fascinating thing because you see the packaged goods and you see how things are. You should add that to your to-do list when you travel abroad.
You know what? We did a supermarket in Copenhagen. Like at the end of the night, we would go get some water and sometimes we'd get a dessert.
For me, it's like it's a must-do. I love going to supermarkets in other countries.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You're right. It's so different than in the U.S.
But isn't the habit of supermarket consumerism in Europe is a lot of times it's a daily
It
occurrence,
is.
right?
I go to like 3 different
daily food.
places. Yeah. I get my produce from one person. I have got my fishmonger. I've got my butcher. And then I do get delivery for like canned goods and water and things like that.
I actually find that I remember Billy McIlvaine's mom was like that. She only shopped for the day, but she enjoyed, it was like something that brought peace to her. She really enjoyed the process of the daily grocery search, and it takes a lot of time. But I think if it's that thing that you like to do in your spare time, it actually
I
is
listen
nice.
to Plate and Ponder while I'm walking to the fishmonger.
I love that. You said a butcher. I don't even know if we have butchers. I mean, do we have butchers in Manhattan Beach?
Yes, we do. We have a butcher over by the Goodwill store over by the high school, and
the butchery, the new place.
Yes.
And then Manhattan Meats.
And then there's one right by the new by the Target, that new one, like Wild Meat or something like
Yeah,
that.
But I wouldn't consider that a butcher.
I don't. Yeah, that's
what they are, though.
I don't know,
But I know I think of a butcher where they have like the full animal in back, and if you need like a fillet, they'll get the fillet out for you. If you need minced meat, sorry you guys, that's what we call it in the UK.
what's meat? Is that what?
Minced meat is like ground beef,
So that's what I would make my tacos with.
correct? Or a burger.
I will say I was in Chengdu, China in 2004, and I went by one of those butcher stores. I was on a jog, and I saw a guy in the back who was cutting the heads off of chickens.
Interesting.
Ew.
So yeah, those butcher stores do exist even in China.
What's the next question?
Thank you for moving that along. Okay, so here's. Yeah, seriously. I sort of feel like you both know me really well. Okay, here's a good one, and I think you guys are both going to say it at the exact same time. What's my go-to order at my favorite restaurant that I like? If I said, "Hey Al, we're going," we meet at a restaurant. What is my go-to order?
Steamed spinach with marinara sauce.
Good.
Can I get it without cheese?
Also good.
very good.
Also good. But probably what's my favorite restaurant?
I would also say a martini, slightly dirty, with 3 olives and some extra olive juice on the side.
Okay, can I tell you? I don't know if you even know this. This martini obsession of mine came from my sister.
I did bring her some special olives from London.
Best olives I've ever had in my life. Honestly, I don't make martinis because I sort of feel like it is a special thing. You should go to a restaurant, but I want to start making martinis with this olive juice. Let me tell you though, do you remember when my martini obsession started, when you first introduced it to me? Do you remember?
No.
It was at our cousin's 40th birthday when we went to New Orleans, way before my daughter obviously lived there for college. But you ordered it at dinner one night, and I was like, you know what? Let me try this, because I was definitely a tequila girl.
Yeah.
And I still am. Like in Mexico, I'm a tequila girl.
Time and place.
Time and place, 100%. But I tried it, and now to this day, like no vermouth. Honestly, I actually don't know if I don't like vermouth.
But because I don't like vermouth, you don't get vermouth.
100%. I don't do vermouth because of you. And 3 olives is because of you too.
Well, because 2 olives is bad luck, and we do not want bad luck.
Absolutely not. So I literally, like your big sister has copied the little sister order.
Thank you.
What happened the other night when you had not 3 olives?
You asked for an additional olive.
Or last night I got a martini with 4 olives, and Chris said, "Do you want me to take the 4th olive?"
I think 4 olives is okay, but just 2 you ask for an
Actually,
additional
no, 4 is a bad number. It's an unlucky number in China. So
Oh,
you want to
okay.
make sure that, you avoid the 4. Now, the other thing I'll bring up is the martinis, right? Like, what's interesting about a martini, if it's done right, there's literally 3 shots of alcohol. And as much as you make it dirty, it takes the place of the 3 shots. So if you make a really dirty martini with
it knocks you on your ass.
If you make a really dirty martini with a lot of vermouth, say that's 1 ounce of alcohol taken away from the 3 ounces, so you're actually only drinking 2 ounces, right? But although vermouth has a little bit of alcohol in it too, I think.
I just don't like the taste of it.
Yeah, but my point is that when I was in the mailroom at William Morris back in the 90s, a lot of the agents back then, this is in the early 90s, like would go off and do lunches and they would have the the 3-martini lunch, which is insane.
I feel like I missed out on the working environment where you could have a martini at lunch. I
Like
just think that would be so neat, but that's not how it was when I was working full time.
What's incredible, I remember Tony Fantozzi, who had an office on the first floor of William Morris, which meant he was very powerful television film agent. He would have 3-martini lunches every single day, and he would disappear at 12:45 to walk over to the Beverly Wilshire Hotel, and he would come back around 2:45 after 3 martinis. So,
Apparently, Winston Churchill basically started drinking and did not stop drinking until he went to sleep.
Interesting.
I mean,
what
I
was
learned
his
that-
drink of choice?
I don't remember. I do know that at lunch he would have a bottle of wine. I learned this when I went to the Churchill War Rooms. It was a very neat museum.
You do go to great museums.
I do. I joined
How
a couple
long did
women's
he-
groups.
Was he old? How like?
He was, I think, maybe 80s. I mean, he lived 80
he
or 90.
made it that old?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Drinking as much as he did, it makes you wonder, is maybe drinking that much good for you?
Well, we are drinking a beautiful Pinot Noir. It's
Beautiful.
one of my favorites. It's the Bella Gloss. I opened it last night and I said to my sister, so you'll have some with me tonight
obviously,
because
yeah.
I don't want to drink alone. Okay, tell me, you actually mentioned, and thank you, you guys I think both did stellar. You both know me well. Tell me about some of these women groups, because you have seen some incredible things that you wouldn't necessarily see as a tourist.
No.
And you've gotten some behind the scenes looks.
No, I'm really fortunate that I'm able to.
By the way, just really quick, Winston Churchill made it to age 90.
Maybe we should start drinking more.
By the way, born in 1874. I mean, that's crazy.
They still at the Churchill War Rooms. They still have his cigar.
Oh, those are the underground things at that one park. I've been in there. It's
Yeah.
that's a great museum.
It was a really neat museum. So I joined a couple women's groups and I've met some really wonderful friends, and I call it summer camp because we go on a lot of field trips. So I did the Churchill War Rooms. I've done a couple museums.
Is it a summer camp like Camp Burning Bush in the movie Bad Counselors?
During Battersea, the summer
The
of
summer of Battersea.
When does that come out again?
Ooh, did we just segue into a nice little promo in the middle of this? Bad Counselors coming into a theater near you in July 22nd. Go see it.
Applause.
Yay! Okay, but go back to like, what's your favorite exhibit? Was it the Mark and Spencer's one when you went in like the food hall?
Oh, so I did do the food hall. I'm blanking on the name, but I would say that all the Victoria and Albert stuff, which is the museum I took you and Dad to,
And I talked about it on the show. It was
Yeah.
one of my favorite exhibits
so they
ever.
just had an exhibit that I went to a couple weeks ago that was all the Queen's fashion, and you got to see all of her clothing up close. And I didn't realize that she was not as tall as I expected her to be. She was probably like mom's height.
Yeah, that's what I pictured. Probably 5'3", 5'4", maybe.
And it was just really neat to see all of the fashions up close. I love the Victoria and Albert Museum because it's fashion focused, and I obviously love fashion. We've done the British Museum. There have been a couple others. Oh, I did the Tower of London bridge tour, and I got to go up the tower, and I got to like see the like engine room and stuff. You know how the
do
tower
that with
No
Mom
way.
and
You went
Dad?
up there. What's there's also that museum right next to the Tower Bridge on.
where the
on-
crown jewels are.
Yeah. What's
I-
the name of that one? The London Tower Museum or something?
It's just where the crown jewels are.
There's
I haven't
also a
done that in many years.
medieval like prison museum on the other side of the
Oh,
Thames.
interesting. Okay.
The Thames. The Thames. It's up by
How
St.
do you
Catherine's
pronounce it?
Docks.
Okay, Fortnum and Mason tour. That's
Right, the
where we
Fortnum
went
and
for
Mason.
tea.
That was so
and
lovely.
that place started out as a department store, and they became famous because they were sending food to soldiers during the war. I don't remember which war.
But I remember you telling us a story when we were having tea. That sounds like a really good one. You know, we haven't been to London since my 30th birthday. Isn't that crazy?
Is
like
that true?
together. I mean, we went.
I will take you tomorrow if either of you can tell me what song this is. Here is London, giddy London. Is it home of the free or what?
Well, Allie's going tomorrow, so she wins no matter what. I have no idea.
It's Morrissey's Hairdresser on Fire.
I wasn't a big Morrissey fan.
Oh, I love Morrissey.
I'm
All
surprised.
around Sloane Square.
Oh, we like Sloane Square.
Do you? We didn't go there, did we?
No, we didn't go. That's Chelsea. It's fancy.
Like Tribeca fancy?
I would say it's like Rodeo Drive fancy.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Wait, we didn't do any dinners there with Dad?
We didn't.
We didn't walk through it?
We drove. I think we drove through it, maybe.
Where did you and I go shopping during the day on that Saturday before we had tea?
We did Marleybone.
Oh, that was so cute.
Yeah, Marleybone High Street is awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We got to come visit you. You know, what we did find out is based on when Kaylee is going abroad her junior year, since she does first semester, she does like the fall, winter, it's very possible that you and Ryan will still be there.
Yeah.
Which would be awesome. Like, how fun would that be?
That'd be so much fun.
You could meet up with Kaylee. She wants to go to Ibiza. Like, you could go to Ibiza.
I don't have a desire to go to Ibiza.
You don't
I want her to have that journey for herself.
Boom, boom. You don't want to do the clubbing with her?
No, I'm good.
Can I ask you, you have some famous celebrity neighbors. Who are they?
I have the Beckhams.
Have you seen either of them?
I have not seen either of them, but I did see one of the sons. He was very handsome in
He's
person.
tall, huh?
Yeah.
Can I just say, the other night we saw him do, David Beckham do a Nespresso or something coffee commercial, and I was like, oh my God, is he good looking? He really is.
He is very handsome.
He's good looking. He's talented. He's funny. He likes to cook. And I think they're really cute together. They're a great couple. She's really grown on me, and she's warmed up as a person.
Mm-hmm. Robbie Williams is also a neighbor, but I know
have you
moved.
seen him?
I haven't. They moved to Miami though, but they were our neighbors when we lived in LA because they were in Holmby Hills.
So are you following them, or are they following you?
I guess they did buy this house before I moved to London, correct?
Have you seen Noel and Liam Gallagher of the band Oasis?
I have not, but I have a girlfriend who went to see them like 18 times.
Is Oasis still big there, or is it just big in our head?
No, it's so big there.
Of course they're big.
Yeah.
Like, what about, is Harry Styles big?
Yes.
Oh, have you seen The Prince?
Unfortunately, I've not, but I would love to.
Would you like to see the Prince, or would you like to see Kate?
Oh, Princess Kate is so classy.
Right? I feel like I'd want to see Kate over the Prince.
Well, wait. What about the really classy other princess, the one that was on Suits?
She now lives in Santa Barbara.
I don't think she's officially a princess, though.
No, I don't think so either.
Don't grab the microphone that way. You got to be right here. Very sensitive.
I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. You got Morrissey in my head now. I think about this song he had. I come to wish you an unhappy birthday because you're evil and you lie, and if you should die, I may feel slightly sad, but I won't cry.
You know, I thought you were going to pull out, like, is it The Clash, London Calling?
Oh, Rock the Casbah.
Oh, Rock the Casbah is the song that I think of with Chris. Every single time that song comes on, I think about Chris in, was it, not Ozetta Terrace, what was the house before? In the hills, the Hollywood Hills.
8620.
And Chris, one of the first times I met Chris, he was wearing a short sleeve button-down shirt that was flammable. And he literally went on fire one night because the shirt was flammable and he got too close to the fire. And he was wearing, I think, leather pants too.
Oh, I think that was actually at Casey Lascala's house we went. And I put it in the bonfire.
I think it was. And we were with Jeremy Haft, his former roommate. And were we with Jillian too?
I don't know if Jillian was there. Maybe.
I feel like it was the three of us, and somehow in a cab we all
And
got
Jeremy was on a date, I think, too, with somebody at the time.
I think we ruined that date.
Probably. And Jerry O'Connell was at the party, I remember, thinking that was really cool. But yeah, Rock the Casbah with Chris in flammable shirts. It's a memory.
Oh, Rock the Casbah. London Calling's an interesting song because it's a lot about like sort of what's going on today's world, which, you know, could bring you down a little bit. But this has been an amazing episode, I got to say. Why don't you talk a little bit while I find a music cue to get us out? And I will say, Allison's got to be back.
Allison has to be back, and when Brian comes to town, we'll have him back as well. The next time I get to see my sister is when we're in Mexico together in August. Maybe we should do a podcast from there.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Ooh, what do you think? Should we talk all in Spanish?
See.
Well, you know my Spanish is not the strongest.
So it will be a podcast with just me.
It'll be Spanglish.
Oh, by the way, we have to maybe take a few seconds of silence on behalf of Spencer Pratt because apparently he just lost the election on day 6.
I'm actually really disappointed, and I think I need to dissect this and digest it a little more. And we can talk about it on the next podcast because I'm still very unclear what's happening in our state.
Yes, that is very true. But I will say our dog is feeling back and better than ever. So sorry if I shocked anybody with a little too much information, but it was quite a trying day yesterday. Allison, do you have any final thoughts for all of us from that great nation across the pond, one of our great allies?
No, but thank you for having me on.
You are welcome anytime back, because not only are you just very visually stunning to look at with the palm trees behind you and the way you hold the microphone, almost like Axl Rose a couple times during this. I've never seen anybody take it off the counter. Like, I think that's the new thing.
That might be the new thing. I'm liking it.
So you're listening to Plate and Ponder Empty Nesting with Jen, Chris, and Allison Shayo Castagna. We are live from California, but we brought the pond across to us. Please follow, download, enjoy, and spread the word. Get us in 73 nations, please.
Bye.
Bye.